Peace and positivity reflections, and well, earthly being here, good energy to all. So in this video, I just wanted to address my experience with Zen Atman in his live he did yesterday evening. Um, I'm very new to going into live rooms. It's something I've only done maybe maybe a little bit over a dozen times. And I'm really rusty when it comes to social situations and interacting with others. Even with my parents and stuff, I don't really, I communicate, but it's more of like a communication that needs to get done in order to get things done. It's not, I don't really have a good, I talk to some of my friends on the phone and stuff, and that's all right, but it's nothing like having, a healthy social life in the flesh and the physical. It's where you're literally and physically engaging with realistic, human beings and in the now and in your immediate, physical radius and all that. So, I'm rusty. I know I am, and I know I've been away from others, and I haven't worked in a while. So-called work, these Babylonian jobs. So. I'm very much inside my own mind and my own being. I don't really have, many other places for distractions or places to really absorb information from other people, other than like my parents. So um, I just know I'm rusty, and I apologize for any type of, weirdness, strangeness, or offense that I may have caused anybody, from last night with Zen, because he was kind enough to share some of his poetry with the room, and I definitely wanted to hear it, and I got to be honest too. I didn't really know what to expect, but it was definitely different, and I felt compelled to reply in some type of way, but I really didn't know how to reply to it because I write poetry too, but it's very different than my poetry. So it was just different, man. And I was kind of like, I felt compelled, but I didn't really know what to say. So I said some silly something pretty simple and basic, and then at the end I put laugh out loud, LOL. And I wasn't. I'm sorry if that came across as offensive, and I could see how it could become across offensive. Poetry is a very deep thing, and a lot of raw emotions and truths and painful experiences and stuff go into poetry, and or at least into a lot of my poetry, and I felt that in his too, and I wasn't, I wasn't trying to make fun of it. There was I caught a few lines that were kind of just brought me to my older days, my older self days, growing up in Phoenix as a teenager, and as an older man, or whatever you want to call it, a more grown human being. Sometimes I look back on those moments and I kind of smile, because I've done a lot of the similar things that he's talked about in that particular poem he chose to read. Uh, so, but again, I'm a different human, and I'm aware that could be offensive to some people, like saying that's actually something that kind of bothers me. Like there was a girl I was talking to, and I would talk to her about some serious stuff. And sometimes, more than once, she would reply with LOL, or and it was just like she was like mocking me or laughing at my face when I'm trying to say something serious. And I thought, to me that was, you know, I don't really like that. I can see how that can be kind of offensive to somebody. Even so I apologize to you sincerely, Zen, if I offended you by leaving that LOL. I should have just done a smiley face or something, but this is something I've always, one of my biggest hurdles has been learning to communicate well with other human beings, with everybody, with my friends, with my family members. I've always, you know, struggled to relate a lot of the inner feelings and desires and reasons behind things that I do, and I'm getting better at it, but, and because of that, like, I've always kind of been on a different, just frequency of thought. And I know a lot of us on the internet are well aware of this and stuff, but and for as a child, as a kid, for a long time, I wouldn't. People would be talking to me about movies or something like that, and sometimes I would just be like, "Yeah, I've seen that movie," when I've never even seen the movie, And I would do this to just because I didn't want to create any type of awkwardness. I didn't want to I wanted to keep the momentum of the moment going, and I didn't want to break it up by saying no, I haven't seen that movie, and thus kind of then he's gonna be like, oh, you haven't seen that, and like I was afraid of that type of truth, of my truth, of not of getting in the way of some type of back and forth conversation, because socially I have a very low self-esteem, especially as a child. So a lot of the times I would lie about experiencing something, or not like I wouldn't go forth about it and like yo, I used to do this, I did this and that and that and this, like actual making up stuff just to make up stuff. But I would make up things just to go along with the social mood of whatever thing I was in. So, and I guess last night I kind of did that, with the LOL, like, and just trying to communicate and get back to, I felt I felt compelled, but I didn't know, I didn't have anything to say, but I knew I wanted to say something out of respect, but foolish. I guess it's kind of foolish if you really don't have anything to really say. It's probably best you just leave a positive symbol, or something very benign and neutral. Otherwise, you're speaking falsely. So I was, it was essentially a very foolish, deceitful thing to do. And I recognized it, and I even had kind of a strange dream with Zen last night. Like I don't know. It was. I feel like your dreams can be, I don't know, dreams are a crazy thing. I've dreamed about a lot of different things, but I'll just say it. Like, I had a dream that we must have gotten into some type of physical fight, or spiritual fight or something, or maybe we were just horsing around. It felt like we were just kind of horsing around, and he actually managed to, like, get me in a chokehold, and it was very playful, but, this is just truth. This is like, I really don't remember anything else about my dreams last night other than that. And then I woke up with a feeling like, yo, did I got to address that. I don't know. He's a pretty cool and open dude, but we all have feelings and sensitivities, and poetry is a very sincere thing, and a very emotional and deep thing to somebody. And I know from me, because I've written a lot of poems myself, and I just wanted to make this video and to address why I said that comment last night, and to apologize for any offense, and to also give reason as to why I do these things, and just a little bit more history into how I operate in social situations, and some of my disabilities, or insecurities that I need to correct and stabilize. So, all right, with that being said, organize a good day. I love myself. All right, see you soon. Bye.